Hi everyone, I'm Ngọc Duy and I'm here to keep you updated with the latest and most relevant stories straight from VietnamPlus News.
Vietnam, New Zealand upgrade bilateral ties to comprehensive strategic partnership. Vietnamese, New Zealand Prime Ministers tour Temple of Literature complex. The Vietnam news agency, Viettel launched second photo and video award technology with heart. Aviation security responsibility to be transferred to Public Security Ministry. Vietnamese Prime Minister, the world's future belongs to the youth.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh hosted a welcome ceremony in Hanoi on February 26th for his New Zealand counterpart, Christopher Luxon. And then the two leaders held talks, during which they agreed to upgrade the bilateral relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership. The two prime ministers expressed their joy at the strong development of the Vietnam-New Zealand relationship over the past 5 years, which has been seen in various fields, from politics to economics, trade, education, development assistance, and others. Both prime ministers believe that Vietnam and New Zealand still have immense potential for cooperation, especially in trade, new technologies, digital transformation, green transformation, climate change response, and education, building on a solid foundation of bilateral relations and a shared vision for the future. The two leaders agreed to elevate the Vietnam-New Zealand relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership, fulfilling the aspirations of both peoples and contributing to peace, stability, cooperation, and development in the region and the world. The two prime ministers agreed on major directions, including the prompt development of an action program to implement the comprehensive strategic partnership for the 2025 to 2028 period, aiming to realize the contents of a new framework and to formulate specific initiatives, plans, and cooperation projects to deepen collaboration in various fields. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh welcomed the increased business connections between the two sides and affirmed that Vietnam would create a favorable investment environment for New Zealand enterprises, especially for high-quality and modern technology projects. The New Zealand Prime Minister encouraged Vietnamese businesses to expand investment in New Zealand. Both sides agreed to make further breakthroughs in scientific and technological cooperation, agriculture, and climate change response, as well as promote people-to-people exchanges, educational cooperation, human resource development, labor, and tourism. Given the profound changes occurring in the world and the region, both countries agreed to work together to promote dialogue and build trust in the region, strengthen coordination and mutual support in regional and international forums, especially the United Nations, ASEAN, and ASEAN-led mechanisms, and emphasize ASEAN's central role in the evolving regional architecture. After the talks, the two prime ministers held a joint press conference and witnessed the exchange of cooperation documents in diplomacy, climate change, agriculture, health, education, aviation, and other fields.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh and his New Zealand counterpart, Christopher Luxon, visited Van Mu Quoc Tu Zam, Temple of Literature complex, in Hanoi on February 27th, as part of the latter's ongoing official visit to Vietnam. The two leaders toured significant historical sites within the complex, including Great Middle Gate, the Pavilion of the Constellation of Literature, Doctoral Steels, and the statue of Chu Van An, a revered teacher of Vietnam. They also enjoyed a performance of Quan Hor, a form of folk singing, recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Chinh briefed Luxon on the history of the Temple of Literature, Vietnam's first university established nearly 1,000 years ago. The New Zealand Prime Minister expressed admiration for Vietnam's rich cultural heritage and educational legacy. Over the years, education and training have remained a key pillar of the Vietnam-New Zealand relationship. The two nations signed the Education Engagement Arrangement for the 2023 to 2026 period. During Luxon's visit, Vietnam and New Zealand officially elevated their bilateral ties to a comprehensive strategic partnership, reaffirming their commitment to expanding cooperation in education and training.
The Vietnam News Agency and the Military Industry and Telecoms Group co-launched the second Photo and Video Award Technology with Heart in Hanoi on February 26. Themed Vietnamese Creativity, Path to Prosperity, the award aims to honor the values that technology brings to life, to inspire creativity, and to foster pride in Vietnam's groundbreaking technological achievements. Speaking at the launching ceremony, Vietnam News Agency General Director Vu Viet Trang said, "The initiative aims to realize the party and state's policies on the breakthrough development in science, technology, innovation, and national digital transformation."
Viettel wants to promote its achievements and calls for contributions from other businesses. This means joining hands to establish research facilities and institutes to develop technologies for Vietnamese people, serving the country's development.
We are actively driving digital transformation in journalism, and this competition is just one small part of that effort. We hope the award will spark greater interest in technology among journalists, from media leaders to reporters and editors, who strive to enhance journalism's impact by embracing the latest innovations.
The contest is open to all Vietnamese citizens both at home and abroad, excluding Viettel officials and staff. The submission period is from the launch date until the end of June 30, 2025. The award ceremony is expected to take place in August 2025.
Aviation security responsibilities will be transferred from the Ministry of Transport, MOT, to the Ministry of Public Security on February 28, according to the MOT office. The MOT has instructed the Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam, CAAV, to direct and coordinate with relevant agencies and the Northern, Central, and Southern Airport authorities to transfer all necessary documents, personnel lists, and related materials, and provide the public security force with operational procedures and guidelines for aviation security. Previously, on February 25, Deputy Prime Minister Tran Hong Ha directed the MOT, the Ministry of Information and Communications, and relevant enterprises to quickly review and assess the safety and security of current aviation information and data systems, equipment, infrastructure, technology, and personnel, as well as future investment demands, and complete response procedures and conduct regular drills to handle potential aviation security threats. The transfer must be carried out on schedule, comprehensively covering legal frameworks, mechanisms, policies, equipment, and personnel to ensure uninterrupted and seamless aviation security operations, he stressed.
The second ASEAN Future Forum 2025 is being held in Hanoi from February 25th to 26th under the theme, Building a United, Inclusive, and Resilient ASEAN Amidst Global Transformations. Along with the opening session and 5 thematic plenary sessions, the high-level plenary saw the attendance by Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh, President of Timor-Leste Jose Ramos Horta, Prime Minister Anwar bin Ibrahim of Malaysia, ASEAN Chair 2025, and New Zealand's Prime Minister Christopher Luxon. Prime Minister Chin stressed Vietnam's commitment to supporting Malaysia in its role as ASEAN Chair in 2025, particularly in resolving the Myanmar issue. He reiterated Vietnam's support for Timor-Leste's ASEAN membership and the elevation of both New Zealand-ASEAN and Vietnam-New Zealand relations to new heights. Clarifying his viewpoint regarding self-resilience and strategic autonomy, he emphasized that every country and organization must prioritize the issue of strategic autonomy. In foreign relations, this means a balance, fair treatment, and rules-based development. In response to a question on the role of youth in addressing global climate challenges, the Vietnamese leader stated that the world faces numerous difficulties, including severe climate change and extreme weather. According to the Prime Minister, Vietnam has committed to achieving net zero emissions by 2050, and it is advancing green energy, green transportation, and green agriculture while promoting reforestation. Notably, the country is implementing a project to develop 1 million hectares of high-quality and low-emission rice. The future belongs to young people, he stressed, urging them to take concrete and practical actions for a bright, green, clean, and beautiful planet, not only for themselves, but for the global community.